Tonight we look to the heavens, where the story of Israel's unseen shield begins. Above us, the vast expanse of space holds secrets and silent sentinels, quietly watching over a land that has always lived on the edge of uncertainty. Far above the Middle East, a silent battle is unfolding, not with soldiers but with signals from the sky. Invisible beams of data and intelligence race across the darkness, forming a digital front line that few ever see. Israel, once defined by ground wars and tanks rolling across its borders, now relies on space as its first line of defense. The battlefield has shifted upward, where technology and innovation are the new weapons. This is the story of how a small, threatened nation built an invisible shield in orbit. Against all odds, Israel has launched its own satellites, creating a protective web that circles the globe. The skies are now a critical battlefield, where every second counts, and every signal could mean the difference between safety and disaster. While the world sees Iron Dome interceptors streaking across the sky and border patrols standing guard, Israel's most vital defense is hidden from view. A network of advanced satellites, quietly gathering intelligence and relaying warnings. These satellites are Israel's eyes and ears, providing constant intelligence where boots can't go. They scan hostile borders, track missile launches and monitor movements in real time, offering a level of awareness that was once unimaginable. This move into space was born of necessity, not prestige. Surrounded by threats, Israel had to innovate or risk being left behind. The space program became a lifeline, not a luxury. Israel's transformation from a land-based military to a space-powered force is one of the most significant defense stories of our time. It's a journey from trenches and tanks to satellites and supercomputers. Security is now measured by satellite imagery and data speed, not just tanks and pilots. The ability to process information instantly and act on it has become Israel's greatest advantage. Israel has extended its borders into space, turning vulnerability into strength. The nation's reach now stretches far beyond its physical frontiers, into the limitless domain above. In a region where tensions run high and threats can emerge, without warning, the ultimate high ground is now orbit. Whoever controls the skies controls the future. Controlling this domain means seeing threats before they materialize, gaining precious moments to react, to intercept, and to protect lives on the ground. It's the difference between crisis and catastrophe, between a nation caught off guard and one that stands ready. This is how Israel turned the emptiness of space into its most vital shield. A silent guardian, always watching, always prepared. A relentless pursuit of security, reaching far beyond its borders, ensuring that even in the darkest night, Israel is never truly alone. Israel's defense was once shaped by its narrow geography and constant threat of invasion. Surrounded by adversaries on nearly every side, the country's very existence depended on its ability to anticipate and respond to threats at a moment's notice. The landscape itself, arid deserts, rocky hills, and open plains, offered little protection, making vigilance a way of life. With little strategic depth, any attack could quickly reach its cities. The front lines were never far from homes, schools, and businesses, leaving civilians perpetually vulnerable. Every second counted, and the margin for error was razor thin. The military relied on rapid mobilization and preemptive strikes, demanding the best intelligence. Soldiers and pilots trained to respond instantly, knowing that delays could be catastrophic. The nation's survival depended on speed, coordination, and the ability to see threats before they materialized. But traditional intelligence, spies and reconnaissance planes, was risky and limited. Pilots risked their lives flying over hostile territory, and information often arrived too late to make a difference. The fog of war was ever present, and blind spots could prove deadly. The 1973 Yom Kippur War exposed these vulnerabilities, as Israel was caught off guard. The surprise attack shook the nation to its core, revealing just how dangerous gaps in intelligence could be. It was a wake-up call that changed everything. The lesson: Israel needed a way to see over the horizon, without risking lives or violating airspace. The search began for a solution that could provide constant, reliable information, no matter the weather or the hour. The dream of eyes in the sky took hold. Engineers and scientists imagined a future where technology could watch over the nation from above, offering a new kind of security. Satellite technology promised 24/7 surveillance deep inside hostile territory. For the first time, Israel could hope to monitor enemy movements and intentions without putting its people in harm's way. In the 1980s, as superpowers raced to space, Israel saw satellites as tools for survival. The global space race was about more than prestige. It was about gaining the ultimate advantage in intelligence and security. Satellites could track troop movements, missile sites, and give early warning of attacks. They offered a bird's-eye view of the battlefield, turning the tables on adversaries and providing precious time to prepare. This marked a shift from physical presence to information dominance. The battlefield was no longer just on the ground, it was in the realm of data, analysis, and rapid decision-making. The goal, not just stronger tanks, but faster, better intelligence. The future of defense would be shaped by those who could see, understand, and act first. It required new technology, new talent, and a massive investment. Teams of engineers, scientists, and analysts worked tirelessly, driven by the knowledge that their efforts could mean the difference between peace and disaster. For a nation always on edge, the reward was priceless. Every advancement in surveillance and intelligence brought a little more security to families, soldiers, and leaders alike. Satellites offered what Israel always lacked: time and distance from its enemies. For the first time, the nation could look beyond its borders and anticipate threats before they arrived. The era of space-based security had begun. Israel's journey from the desert sands to the stars was not just about technology. It was about survival, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of safety in an uncertain world. The launch of Ofek-1, or Ofek-1 in 1988, quietly marked Israel's entry into the space age. Each new Ofek satellite brought sharper eyes and better intelligence. Suddenly, Israel could monitor Iran, Syria, and Iraq from above. Blind spots vanished. High-resolution cameras captured detailed images, convoys, missile sites, nuclear facilities. Orbits were optimized for maximum coverage of the Middle East, updating analysts with fresh data daily. Modern satellites also intercept electronic signals, providing a multi-dimensional view of the battlefield. It's like seeing enemy movements and hearing their orders at the same time. The most critical function: early warning. Satellites detect missile launches instantly, relaying alerts in seconds to activate defenses. This early warning saves lives, giving citizens and defense systems precious moments to respond. Israel's satellites are silent sentinels, the first to know when danger is coming. Space has revolutionized Israeli intelligence. Having satellites is one thing, launching them independently is another. Most nations rely on foreign rockets, but Israel needed control over its own launches. The answer: the Shavit rocket, developed from missile technology. In 1988, Israel became the 8th country with independent launch capability. Launching from Palmakim Air Base, Israel must send rockets westward against Earth's rotation to avoid hostile airspace, demanding extra power and efficiency. This unique challenge pushed Israeli engineers to innovate. Independent launch means Israel can quickly replace damaged satellites even in crisis. The Shavit rocket is more than hardware, it's a guarantee of sovereign access to space. If adversaries try to blind Israel, replacements can be launched in days. This resilience is a powerful deterrent. Space forms the outermost layer of Israel's multi-layered defense shield. When a missile is launched, satellites detect it first, triggering the entire defense network. Data flows instantly to command centers, cueing ground-based radars like the Arrow system. Satellite alerts narrow the search, giving radars a head start and boosting interception chances. This integration extends to David's Sling and Iron Dome, which rely on satellite intelligence for strategic positioning. Space data helps anticipate attacks, allowing proactive defense. Every component, satellite, radar, interceptor, works in concert: detection, tracking, interception, a high-tech chain reaction protecting lives. Space is now an active operational part of Israel's military machine. The shield starts in orbit, not just on the ground. This seamless integration is Israel's edge. As Israel advanced in space, so did its rivals, especially Iran. The race for technological superiority has become a defining feature of the region, with both nations investing heavily in their space programs. Iran's space program, though less advanced, is dual-use. Satellite launches double as missile tests. Each launch is closely watched, as it blurs the line between peaceful exploration and military ambition. Each Iranian launch refines its long-range missile technology, raising Israeli and Western concerns. These tests are not just about reaching orbit, they're about perfecting the ability to strike at great distances, shifting the balance of power. Iran's military satellites, like Noor, signal its intent to gain its own eyes in the sky. With every successful launch, Iran moves closer to real-time intelligence and surveillance capabilities, narrowing the technological gap. Now, both nations monitor each other from orbit. A new spy versus spy contest. Satellites silently glide overhead, gathering data, tracking movements, and providing strategic advantages that were once unimaginable. The risk: space conflict, lasers, jamming, or even anti-satellite weapons could target these assets. The threat of a sudden attack on critical satellites looms large, as both sides develop new ways to blind or disable their adversary. Cyber warfare is another front. Satellites are vulnerable to hacking and disruption. A single breach could cripple communications, navigation, or intelligence, making cyber defense as vital as physical protection. The digital battlefield in space is constant and silent. Attacks can come without warning, and the consequences can ripple across entire nations, affecting both military and civilian life. For Israel, protecting its satellites from physical and cyber threats is a top priority. Teams work around the clock, monitoring for any sign of interference or attack, knowing that a single failure could have far-reaching consequences. The shadow war has moved from deserts and cities to the vacuum of space. What was once fought on the ground is now waged above our heads, in an arena where the rules are still being written. Every satellite launch, every signal, is part of this invisible struggle. Each new technology, each maneuver in orbit, could tip the scales in this high-stakes contest. The stakes are higher than ever. The outcome of this space race could determine not just military dominance, but the security and future of entire nations. Space is now a contested, dangerous frontier. The risk of collision, sabotage, or escalation is ever present, making vigilance and innovation essential. Israel must defend its unseen shield on every front. In this new era, the battle for space supremacy is as critical as any fought on land, sea, or air. Israel's military space program grew from its culture of innovation, the startup nation. Military tech often sparks civilian breakthroughs, fueling a booming commercial space industry. Israeli companies lead in building small, efficient satellites for agriculture, communications, and more. High-res imaging helps farmers, secure communications power global business. Military needs drive innovation, which creates commercial products, generating revenue and talent. A vibrant ecosystem has emerged, from defense giants to agile startups. The government encourages this growth, knowing a strong commercial sector is a strategic asset. Dual-use technology means resilience. The same skills and factories serve both military and civilian needs. Israel's space industry is robust, adaptable, and globally competitive. The startup nation now reaches all the way to orbit. Israel can't match the scale of superpowers, so it focuses on quality, agility, and innovation. Instead of massive costly satellites, Israel builds advanced microsatellites, cheaper, faster, and easier to replace. Miniaturization is key, more capability in smaller packages, launched on Israel's own rockets. Israeli engineers excel at shrinking cameras and communication systems without losing performance. This do more with less mindset keeps Israel at the cutting edge. Agility matters. Smaller satellites mean faster upgrades and rapid response to new threats. If a new danger emerges, Israel can design and launch a tailored satellite quickly. The real edge is human capital. Scientists, engineers, and analysts trained in elite military units. They bring creativity, improvisation, and mission focus to the space sector. This innovative spirit lets Israel punch above its weight. Its eyes in the sky are among the sharpest in the world. Ingenuity, not size, is Israel's true advantage. Space is now the central pillar of Israel's security. Orbit provides strategic depth and early warning no ground asset can match, but the space domain is growing crowded and contested. Adversaries like Iran are developing counter-space capabilities, cyber attacks, jamming, even anti-satellite weapons. Israel must innovate relentlessly more resilient satellites, secure links, and new defenses. The journey from geographic vulnerability to technological advantage is ongoing. Israel proves a small nation can achieve greatness in space through focus and ingenuity. The next generation of satellites will be smarter, smaller, and more connected. Israel's unseen shield is forged from data, innovation, and determination. The stars are now its watchtowers, guarding the nation's future.